Dear Minister, members of Seimas, dear participants, dear friends, a very good morning to all of you. It is indeed a very great pleasure and honor for me to stand here and inaugurate a conference on this very important topic. I first of all want to really commend the very active civil society actors here in Lithuania, but also the excellent cooperation with the ministry, with Seimas and other members to conduct a discussion about the topic that we are going to focus on today. I think it's a sign of the strength of society that this interaction is taking place. Sweden is definitely a country that places a lot of emphasis on freedom of expression. We are quite proud, actually, to say that the first document on the freedom of press was adopted in Sweden in 1766, quite some time ago. It was, of course, not the same historical context then as it is today, but the basic principles are definitely the same. What was in focus at that time was, of course, to abolish censorship, to allow criticism of the royal house. This is allowed today as well, I can tell you, but the royal house has a different role. To allow criticism of the Lutheran state church, which was a very important ambition at the time. This legislation has survived. There have been periods when the rights were somehow more curtailed, but I would say since 1809 and onwards, the path has been very, very clear. However, they have, of course, been adapted as we have been going along, because new challenges have been arising at many historical instances. I think one reason why this legislation has survived and been so important in Sweden is that it is really a legislation that serves the country very well. It is not only a human value and a human right, but it's also something that makes our society much stronger. I want to mention one other particular feature of this old legislation, and that is the right to public access to information that was enshrined already in 1766, which has to do with every citizen's right to get any document published by authorities and have that document on an urgent basis. I don't know what the translation is into English, but this is something that is still valid today, that you will hear Sweden talk about in the European Union and elsewhere, and which in our country has also been one of the features that have been building trust in society, ensuring that government is perceived as legitimate by the people, ensuring against corruption, ensuring transparency. And this is, of course, all very much linked to the freedom of expression and freedom of the press, because these informations that government may not wish to have exposed to the public will be published in the media, and that is a part of the democratic control. Of course, the development of the internet in our days, today's challenges are of a complete new nature, are very, very different, and we are all facing a number of challenges where the principle is very simple. The same rights apply online as offline, the same human rights and the same boundaries. But how, in practice, to ensure this is a very, very big challenge. And in order to address this challenge, it is very, very important to conduct a discussion in society, but also to share experiences between countries. And this is why I'm so happy to have with me here today the Swedish Chancellor of Justice, Ms. Anna Skarhed. I should tell you that this is also a very old and a very proud institution which celebrated 300 years of existence a couple of years ago. Anna is, of course, the first woman on this post, so I think that deserves a special... and the functions have somehow varied over time and in history, but one of the key functions of the Chancellor of Justice in Sweden is to be the key center in implementing our freedom of the press and expression legislation to ensure that the limits of the freedom of the press and other media are not transgressed, and also to act as the sole prosecutor in cases concerning offences against the freedom of the press and the freedom of expression. So Anna will share some of Sweden's experiences, and I can show you that it's not that we have any easy answer, but we are very, very, very eager to conduct this discussion with you. So I very much look forward to a fruitful discussion today. I thank all the organizers for taking this important initiative.